What's up, Turds Edge? It's Mark Sebastian, your only option. Today, I'm going to give you a heads up on what's happening this week. We're going to look at what happened with the S&P on Monday. We'll take a look at the VIX. We're going to talk about, obviously, a bunch of earnings, and I'm going to give you that one stock to watch. So with that, let's dig in. SPX had a nice little rebound day. Closed 69.50, almost on the nose. Off the highs, it looks like it might try and break 7,000, but we'll need a few things to go its way for that to happen. I'll go through those in a second. Qs, they've had a really nice run. Briefly, I mean, at its highs, it would have been a new all-time high for... Nope, it wouldn't have. It would have been close to an all-time high. In order for this thing to hit a new all-time high, we're talking another $10 of upside, which we might get. Again, we need things to happen. What was interesting was the continued weakness in IWM. Down a little bit, not a lot, 83 cents. We got the 21-day down at 258.38. We might be hunting that before this thing turns around, but I still really do like IWM. I'm not in it right now. I'm waiting for it to pull back a little bit more, and then I'm going to get back in. The big movers on Monday were gold, which exploded higher, and silver. At one point, silver got up to 107, and now it is all the way down to 98, down another $2 after the close. I think we could be set the next couple of days. I think we're going to get a really ugly candle in gold or silver, like just one big ugly red candle, probably with a gap down. When those happen, the thing to short or the thing to buy puts on is going to be GDX. Gold has problems. Miners take it on the chin, and I think you're going to see the miners roll over this week. Looking at VIX, trading around 16 makes sense. Why? Well, it's about a 1% a day move. Well, what do we have going on this week? Lots and lots of earnings. I'll go through that in a second. And we have a Fed meeting. If you look at the CME Fed Watch tool, they have about a 3% chance that we get a rate cut. And for March, that's still only 15. Where I think there's some opportunity is going out to like December. They're only pricing in about, really anything below 3 rate cuts has almost no chance. And really, they're targeting 2. I think we could see 3. And I think that we almost will see 3. And so I think these rate estimates are off, and there's some opportunity there. Looking at TLT ahead of this meeting, had a nice little rebound on Monday and is sitting now on top of its 21 and 50-day moving averages. It's not been able to get back above 90 in some time. I'd be interested to see if it can do that this week. Earnings, we got a lot. Most of them are on the 28th after the close. On the 28th after the close, we get Microsoft, we get Meta, we have IBM, we have Tesla. That is a lot of stocks going off at once for earnings. And most of those are high tech, and that could absolutely drive things. On the 29th, we get Apple. So we'll have 4 of the Mag 7s done. plus TSM. Apple had a huge day on Monday, up about 3%. It's been kind of in the toilet. They have earnings coming up on the 29th. That is going to be one that we definitely want to watch closely. And then Friday, we have Exxon and Chevron. I think both are going to be, there's some real upside in energy here. That is one thing I'm watching real closely. Oil itself looks kind of interesting, but nothing crazy. All right, so what is that one stock that I want you to watch? What is that one stock? Pinterest. Earnings were terrible. Their earnings aren't for a couple weeks. The stock is just coming off its lows, bumping against the 50 and the 21 today. I think there's some more downside here. This one looks like Snapchat 2.0. Looking at Snap, every time we think this thing's going to get better, it rolls over. It is. I don't think it's broken $10 in years. I think Pins is heading down that road. This is one that I think could see some rough times. What won't be a rough time, though, is joining me in Weekly Wiretaps. You can click the link to learn all about it. Hannah and I are going to go live on Tuesday to discuss it yet again, so make sure to join me. And if you're watching me on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Leave a question or comment or a stock request, and I might just do it. All right, everybody. I hope you have a great trading week. There's a lot on the table. I am Mark Sebastian. I am your only option. Have a good one.